Morning, morning. How are we doing? I really apologize. I'll let you guys know what's going on with me these days. Why wasn't I able to come on time? But I really apologize, and we will get started here in a while. Let's see what the market has done. Seems like it is running higher after filling in the regular trading hour closing price on ES. We have still got some gap here. Our first presented fair value gap is this on NQ for today. That is Wednesday. And on ES, this is what we've got. I am playing on my evaluation with my funded futures. It's just one account this time. And yep, hope you can hear me fine and everything. If not, just let me know. Morning, morning. Yeah, I'm really sorry. I just had to take a nap. I was up since a really long time, and that is what is not going well for me, actually, these days, like my routine and every other thing. We have had ADP at 8:15 and 8:30. We had GDP report. 10 a.m. was medium impact news driver. And at 2 p.m. we have got federal funds rate, FOMC statement, and 2:30 FOMC press conference. So won't be risking a lot today. Just give me a second. Let me check my something is going on. Yeah. Sorry about that. Just give me a second. I'll be right back in 2 minutes. How is everyone doing? Can you hear me fine? I hope so. That's nice. How are we doing, Marty? Good to see you after a long time. Let's see what it has done on regular trading hours. Still left a little open, opening range gap from today, and then traded to midnight. On 4 hour, if you see, we are trading from this SIBI, sorry, and seems to be bearish. On NQ, it looks like it wants to visit this discount wick. On ES, while it looks like it wants to trade into this BC. Let's see. Ah, man, I'm sorry to hear about that, but it's good that you are focused. It's part of the journey. Don't let it, discourage you or anything like that. Just stay focused, you will get there. Keep practicing, keep studying. Yeah, man, taking it slow is the key. So, what I wanted to share was that I made huge losses on Monday, on the day where I wasn't even supposed to play. I blew a lot of accounts on that day. So, going to take it really slow, moving on. And I'm not really doing good in that sense. So, and as far as my routine is concerned, that is pretty fucked up as well. I'm sorry to use this language, but yeah. So, just bear with me for a few days. I'll get back in my form and my routine. But let's see. Feels to be bearish on NQ and looks like it wants to continue going lower. Although the daily discount wick has been traded into. So it can easily start climbing up again if ES does not want to, trade into that gap until FOMC and then maybe visit the 4 hour BC area again. Let's see. How are you guys looking at the market? This is the long the where I made 1700 on this account before going to sleep. So yeah, ES looks strong. If ES holds this and tries to invert it bullishly, I might tag along as long here using new week opening gap, consequent encroachment, and this low as my stop. He is closed below. ES has still not taken this or visited the 4 hours series consequent encroachment. Same on NQ as well. It has only come from the 0.25 of the 4 hour BC. Could not even make fully to the 0.25 as well. Yeah, man, timing is the key. You see, I've changed some things, so time then price. How do you like, do you guys like the new branding and everything? Ah, yeah, it looks almost same, but I've changed the name. The previous name was pretty weird. I'm just going with my initial and trades with it. So, yeah, might help YouTube's algorithm to, uh, pop it in right people, in front of right people. Let's see. It seems to be acting bearish, but NQ has also got this above the midnight open price. Open range consequent encroachment here, this CB. Looks like it wants to run higher. Holding on. Yes. If it fills me here, that will I'll be risking 16 points, that is $320. And then I'll be targeting this 4-hour CBs 0.5 and 0.75 of the daily premium wick. We can also run to the 0.5 of the daily premium wick on NQ. Alright, we got filled here. Taking 5 off here if it allows us. And then 5 over here. Let's see what we've got here. Let's stop us out instantly. We have got new week opening gap, this CB, and this volume imbalance as the discounter is to support our long. ES has already traded above the first presented fair value gap, which was a CB, and seems to be inverting it bullishly to run prices higher inside the 4-hour CB. This is what I'm expecting it to be traded into and to take last 4 hours uh, high, or maybe trade into this premium wick. Let's see. How are you guys looking at the market? Hey Rashik, how are you doing? Sorry man, I've been disappointing you since the past week by not being consistent here, but I promise things are going to get much better here. So ES trades higher and takes the opening range high, while NQ is still inside this. SIBI, do not want it to hold it bearishly. Seems like it is continuing. That's nice. If you guys please can drop a like on this stream, that will be really helpful for me as a new creator here. Really encourages me. Recently, I'm just not being able to manage myself correctly, my emotions and my routine especially. So, like yesterday, I literally slept after 26 hours, and that was actually prior to the stream. So that is why I had to sleep. And when I saw the movement, when I woke up, I was so pissed at myself. Did you guys trade yesterday? How did it go? I don't know if I'm not able to see the chat here. Is it playing up or let me refresh this thing? All right, NQ has traded above, currently trading at the new week opening gap high and has traded above the new day opening gap from today as well. Now, today's new day opening gap is here. I apologize about that. This is yesterday's. Should hold this on NQ as bullish inversion. Don't want to move my stop break even right now because we have got this inefficiency and also midnight open price and midnight open range. So can retrace here while it has delivered the consequent encroachment. For our CB on ES, so can continue running lower from here as well. Uh, Marty, because you also got Apex and its live drawdown until the buffer, if I'm not wrong, still. Man, those types of accounts gives you real stress. Like I do it on Take Profit Trader, but it is what it is. Like you need to build in, confidence in your strategy, size accordingly, and keep booking in your profits. Like to be honest, if I was what I've noticed um, on live drawdown that I should have taken my target here if it was live drawdown. On end of day drawdown, I can leave the runners, and not taking the money is the main thing that has affected me with live drawdown, accounts. But keep journaling, keep studying, and you will get better, bro. It's just part of the process. No one can skip it, and everyone is going to be taking their time. And even then, it's just constant struggle of practicing strong emotions. So, yeah, as long as you are following the process correctly and not rushing it, things should be fine. Like for me, the problem is trying to scale this business really quickly, and that is what has been playing up with my mind and with my health and everything. To be honest, it's not really worth it if it's, affecting your health and your routine. So I'm just going to take it slow and see how things go for me. Yeah, it's very tight, so you must need to hit a win streak from the beginning to build buffer. Yeah, man, true, true. Or just keep booking the profit or using the trail stop loss. So even if you are not closing your trade at the max of the live threshold, at least you are making some money to reduce that buffer level, if that makes sense, and not making losses. Because once you have your equity high has hit, for example, $700, and then you are back at break even. So now $700 is just like end of day drawdown until $700. So you can continue trading until $700 like smoothly. Do not rush it to make it back just now and then. And yeah, so for example, if you went to 700 equity high and then you trail your stop even to $200, now you need to make, like 200 less for your buffer. And it keeps stacking up like that really quickly rather than just trying to make it in one go. So it's retracing back into the midnight open price, and in this busy, that was very much expected. AES is doing the same after hitting the 4-hour SIBI. So we can be having an SMT, bearish SMT there. My risk is managed here. I'll still be having $1,400 profit after getting stopped out here if I do. So going to stick here with this. And if this holds, this will be a really strong bias that we might continue trading higher. This is 10:30 open right now. So let's see. Continues higher smoothly. That's nice. NQ has previously taken overnight highs. So if it continues dropping lower, I will expect it to be the bearish SMT. Might not participate in it, but yeah, let's see. ES is about to make higher highs. NQ seems to be continuing. NQ has made higher high for this hour. Let's see the hourly chart as well. Looks good to take this buy side. On ES, I believe it has already done so. Yep. Because if I wanna move my stop break even, it should be this level. And I'm seeing this candle as an order block. So my bias will still be in play and I'll stop out. So it will ask me to enter again on the same bias. That is why it's better to just risk one trade. So this is something that I have recently been working on my strategy as well because what happens is that when I move my stop break even too early, what it does is actually, all right, first partial book, that's good. Let's see if it wants to continue to the consequent encroachment of SEBI. Thanks a lot, Marty. Good to see you again. And I'll see you tomorrow. If you can drop a like, that will be really helpful. And stay safe. Take care. I'll see you again. Thanks for being here. I apologize for being late and not following the times, but I promise things are going to be getting much better and smoother here. So thank you for sticking with me and staying patient with me. I'll move my stop break even now because I've made my profit for this bias, and let's see if it continues. That will be good. We have still got midnight open price and this fair value gap that can act as a support, um, or maybe this little small inefficiency and the new day opening gap from yesterday can hold it as well. Thanks for understanding, man. Cheers. See ya. So we are $700 away from passing this evaluation, and that is 35 points on, no, not really 35, 70 points on 5 contracts. So won't be adding more here, just going to stay patient. Won't try to pass it in this trade only. Three 27, 527, and 493. So that was around 34 points, $340 there. Good smooth trade. Waited, did not really rush into it. Once everything was confirmed, only then went long. Although the fill was above the first presented fair value gap, but still really satisfied with the entry and first partial. So, and have moved my stop break even. So now I am risk free on this after making 340. So just going to stay patient here and let's see what it does. If you can keep the chat interactive while watching this, it will be really helpful. I had no idea that being consistent on YouTube or making content requires that much effort. But once I've gotten into it, it does require a lot of, effort. It's not like someone just putting in an OBS setup and then pressing record button or stream button. It requires consistent effort and also requires you to keep improving your content, your quality, and other things. So if you guys can keep giving me feedback just like you guys have, it has really helped me previously. It looks strong. NQ now trading above the new week opening gap high. The latency should be really low today. Just let me know if it is hindering the quality or not. Because if it is hindering the quality too much, let me know so that I can fix it up for you guys. Because I believe that quality matters a lot in streams like these because we need to be vigilant about these levels, these price levels. But if you cannot see those levels clearly, or if there is any issue with the quality of the stream, do let me know, because this is the setting that I will be using moving on, most probably. So it will really help me to make the required changes. Seems like it is continuing. Might refer the new week opening gap high again before continuing running higher. We will be approaching macro in 10 minutes. Let's see what it gives us. So we opened here and then we had our gap closing initially. Then we ran higher to take the overnight highs on NQ. Then it dropped lower again, used the new week opening gap 0.5 and 0.75 level before continuing higher to take the opening range high. Now it seems like it is coming back again in this range, but I think it is still going to continue for a little while. Let's see the 4 hour again. Yep, has taken the buy side here, also on ES, and I think it is going to continue until 4 hour CB. It can also continue further to the 0.5 of the daily premium wick. I'll show you what that is. So that is this premium wicks, consequent encroachment. So yeah, that is how I'm reading the market right now on higher time frame. Let's see what we get in macro. We are 10 minutes away from macro. We've got 1040 print. Referred the new day opening gap high from yesterday on NQ and seems to be finding strength after that. Couldn't refer new week opening gap high here. Down close candle on ES while up close candle on NQ. Previous minute. We are approaching macro 8 minutes away right now. Referred the new week opening gap high while referring this BC on ES. Feels like it wants to continue. Good recovery on ES after trading into this busy 1 minute busy. Took this low and got this weird price action. Not really weird, like it really look at that as sustainable, to be honest. So that is why I am not really adding here. Otherwise, I would love to add here if it seems to be continuing. But it looks too one-sided to me right now. Although there has been a gap closure and then the new week opening gap has been used bullishly up till now. But still. This is how the 15-minute looks. Alright, referring the new week opening gap high again. I'll still be sticking with my stop. Won't be strangling my trade here. I'll be right back in a sec. I'm back. So NQ seems to be finding strength after trading to the new week opening gap high along with ES. So this one looks promising, to be honest. Did not make lower low on ES. Alright, refers the 4-hour consequent encroachment again on ES and then seems to be falling down. But I'm still bullish on it until my stop gets hit. Until the consequent encroachment, or if not consequent encroachment, then this first quadrant of the daily premium wick, which I showed you on the daily chart. All right, looks good. Seems to be continuing higher on NQ. ES is consolidating in the same range, about to make higher high for the New York AM session. We are approaching macro in 1.5 minutes as well. So looks like it wants to attack the 4-hour inefficiency that is higher from our price levels right now. Where are we trading? If you guys are learning anything and can drop a like on this video, that will be really helpful for me as a new content creator here. I'm live every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, trading NASDAQ Futures live. And I also look at ES. So if that is your instrument that you play, might be helpful for you as well. And if you can give it a subscribe to my channel, that will be really helpful. You will be notified whenever I go live, which is usually every trading day. I might also start adding live for my backtesting session over TradeZella using ICT concepts very soon. I won't be promising it until now because I still need to work around a few things in my schedule. Where can I fit it? So once that is done, you guys will be seeing live backtesting session because I think that will be really helpful for a community like mine because we love learning here about price action and market. So yep. All right, feels like correcting. ES is trading inside the midnight open range now, and NQ seems to be following ES on the lower side. We are risk free after making $340 on this. And if it stops us out, we will be having to make another $1,200 to pass this here. It's my funded future account, core account. They've recently got some changes done with their program. All right, good strength after retesting the new week opening gap high in the first minute of the macro. So seems to be bullish to me. NQ looks like we can continue further to the zero point 0.5 level of the 4-hour CB. All right, good recovery on NQ while ES is still in this range, but I think it is going to continue and catch up on NQ. But really good read of the market here. I literally just woke up and opened my live stream because I felt so, disappointed and embarrassed for not making up. But yeah, so opened the live stream and waited patiently until I did not have my clear draw on liquidity and the fact that ES wants to, align with my bias. I, I did not really enter my trade, took 5 off at the New York opening range high and taking 5 further off at the 4-hour CB's consequent encroachment. That will be my terminus for this session, and if it gives me, that should be it for me. And yeah, I'll close off this stream then. I'm adding more here and moving my stop just below this. Yeah, sure thing, Rashik. So, because the market closed the gap on NQ, and it did leave a little portion open on ES, that is why I was a little hesitant to long from this inefficiency or this inefficiency on NQ, because I wanted some sort of confirmation that ES wants to follow NQ on the higher prices. Once it showed me strength after trading inside the first presented fair value gap bullishly, I was confident that it is going to continue higher because we had this 4-hour CB as well. So I have marked that 4-hour CB like this. So the first quadrant is here at 527, while the consequent encroachment is around 547.25, which I'm targeting. I'm trading on my evaluation account with my funded futures. From here, we are $500 away. Let's see. Need to make 3,000 on this. ES is still holding this range, retested the zero point 0.5 level and then closed it bearishly. Thanks, man. And this will be my terminus for today. I won't be looking anything for more, just one long. Took 5 contracts here. Took initially 10 contracts long from here, and then took 5 off, added 10 extra after seeing this some sort of continuation to the higher side. I still want ES to catch up because ES has still not made higher high, and that can be bearish SMT in play. But if it is the case, then I will be managing my stop effectively here. I've got 6 points at risk here, which means $180 on 15 contracts if I'm not wrong. Ah, that's nice. So, bro, on average, I usually like with my funded future accounts, I'm really impulsive, and that is why I end up leveraging a lot and trying to make back everything in one trade or in one day. This is how I treat evaluations, which is not really the smartest way to treat them. But yeah, so I bought this like earlier today. I took a long from here, um, expecting the same thing, thinking it to retrace. I'm moving my stop break even here. Just don't want to lose anything. It can easily come back and retest the new week opening gap high before running higher. But if it does so, it will stop me out in break even. So yeah, I'll see if it gives us any other thing to, look for moving on in the session. But yeah. I'm still going to move it break even no matter what. I do not try to risk more than 250 or $300 at max on an account where I've got around 2000 or 2500 as a buffer. So that is my risk management to start with. But obviously, once I'm in drawdown, I need to adjust it accordingly. I usually go with the 10% rule on these funded accounts, like whatever the buffer is. I try not to leverage more than 10% and use it accordingly, like adjust it accordingly as my equity rises. All right, got stopped out here. Still end up making around 600 if I'm not wrong here. Yep. Extreme reaction just in macro. Almost made to this daily premium wicks lower quadrant. The start of this candle is from here. How was yesterday for you, Rashikis? Did you trade? The price movement was crazy. When I saw it after waking up, I was like, what the hell did I really miss? Yeah, that was a really smooth play, to be honest, yesterday. Yes, looks like it wants to fill the gap now. Still going to be patient here. What do you think might be going on here? Mm, true, true, true. These all-time highs market have really made my short game really weak, to be honest. Previously, most of the time I used to be a short seller, but I haven't had a good profitable short, I would say, since a long time. It's okay. I've been rushing things and not doing things how they are supposed to be done. So these are the only results that we can expect out of what really I'm doing these days. But we really need to improve putting in some real time and back testing and reading charts. But what I really need to work on is not being impulsive and not click too many buttons as well. ES seems to be running lower. All right, ES is back in the first presented fair value gap from today. We've got this really small fair value gap, which is, I'm not considering that to be the first presented fair value gap. All right, if it inverts this bearishly, I'll take a shot, taking this high as my stop. But we'll wait for the confirmation. It can easily go back, revisit these areas, for which I won't really be, you know, positioned well. All right, 11:04, still 6 minutes in macro. Using this CB right now on NQ, finding some strength now on ES as well. Fill this volume imbalance, this fair value gap, and the low of the 4-hour CB. All right, I'm short here. If it stops me out, this is going to be the last trade for the day for me, knowing how the economic calendar looks like. I don't want to be here for long. I'm risking around $260 here. So we'll still end up my day and session with profit. Let's see what we got here. ES is trading back inside the first presented fair value gap. All right. I am expecting it to use this level, especially new week opening gap high, as resistance here. ES is finding some sort of strength after hitting this order block, which should be used as a premium array, I believe now. But they might want to run the prices higher to this inefficiency before continuing any lower. If that's the case, I'll be stopped out here and will be done for my session. Let's see. Alright, looks good. Need to make $900 here. Which will be fulfilled if it trades to my terminus, but I don't think it will really run to my terminus. Let's see. But we are trading from the 4-hour CB, and the fact that we seem to be bearish, so that we can trade into some kind of discount, as we have been trading at all-time highs. So I'm expecting ES to continue lower to this BC on daily chart, and maybe to this discount wick on NQ. NQ do not have any inefficiency here, which might cause it to continue going higher from here as well. Let's see. Alright, ES is retesting the first presented fair value gap now. You've got 3 more minutes in macro. Till 12. Yeah, that seems to be a good target as well. New week opening gap low, lower quadrant. But don't you think that if it seems to be going lower, then ES might fall into this busy, daily busy, and that will continue NQ to make lower lows? That is how I am looking at, and that is why my terminus is here. What I'll do is move 5 contracts here. ES is trading again into this. Find support around midnight open range. Consequent encroachment. Did not even trade to the midnight open price on NQ here. Has surpassed the midnight open price and open range on ES. So ES looks bearish. I'm expecting NQ to catch up and continue running lower. Do not want to see it trade into this inefficiency. I'm seeing it as a breakaway gap because of the stop run. Let's see, mainly because of my risk management, to be honest. If I got in too early, this should be my stop. What was your entry, Rashid? Yeah, that's good. That's good. Always refer the economic calendar while taking these decisions. We had news at 8:15, 8:30, and today seemed to be a day where you had to be offside most of the time, I would say. 11:06. All right, you entered here at the new day opening gap high from yesterday. So it seems to be a good entry. ES starts to act weak again, continues to act weak, in fact. After trading from the first presented fair value gap, NQ is still holding in this range. I'm looking NQ to catch up by trading lower. That is actually, that should pass me the valuation. Let's see. All right, NQ seems to be catching up. ES is about to trade to the due day opening gaps from 25th of July. NQ, I think, just wicked from the first presented fair value gap from Monday and midnight open price as well. So this seems to be a key point of interest on NQ. Got this 1 hour, 1 minute CB. Should use it bearishly. Macro has finished. I am expecting to see the price continue going lower until 11:30 at least to take these lows. Stop at 11 a.m. high. Yeah, that is good for RCB's consequent encroachment. All right, currently trying to show strength from the first presented fair value gap on Wednesday. About to make lower lows on ES and take midnight open sell side. All right, continues running lower. That is nice. NQ is trading at 0.5 level of new week opening gap. I do not want it to wake. ES has closed the opening range gap now. Hence, I'm moving my stop here. All right, trades back inside the first presented fair value gap. Thank you. Seems to be safe. Looks like it's going to continue after trading into this CB. Let's see how the 4 hour looks on this. Yes, should take this low and this low. Let's see. Can I put the daily profit taker on it now while being in the trade? No, yeah, it did. All right. So I put the daily profit trigger at 3010 profit for the day. All right, looks good on NQ to continue lower. ES as well. Could not even trade inside the SIBI. Use the new day opening gap high on ES to run further lower, while use first presented fair value gap from today on NQ. This is my terminus on NQ, although I think it is and can continue further lower if it does not find any strength. Okay, ES makes lower lows. ES has also traded to the discount wick and currently is making lower lows for today. Body is closed above the 0.5 level here. Alright, looks good. Bodies are staying above the 0.5 of new week opening gap on NQ. That is not good for sellers, I believe, but we have still got this SIBI, unfilled SIBI. That is what it might be going for. Got this on ES as well, which wasn't really traded before it made lower low. I'm going to move my stop further lower here. Did you take any partials, Rashid? Yep, now trading into this SIBI. I wanted to wick back lower and close below the first presented fair value gap from today, while ES as still need to trade higher into this. Oh, that's nice. It's good management. All right, acting just like I referred, but let's see if it closes. Nah, not really. All right, closes inside. That is good enough, but not really making me confident. ES has still not traded inside this. Once ES has traded inside this, I can expect it to run lower. We've got this BC, which might needs to be inverted and referred to. ES is making equal highs. Alright, ES has traded inside the SIBI. I wanted to act bearishly. That's a good reaction. on both. Are you finding the latency and the quality nice now, Rashik? Because I just decreased the latency and it mentioned that the screen couldn't be able to be upgraded to 1080 if I'm not wrong. So do let me know if the quality is good or not. I do not want ES to hold this. Mm-hmm. I did not want NQ to close like this. ES also manages to close is above this new day opening app. Still respecting that CB both on ES and NQ. Oh, that's nice. Thanks, man. Told you things are going to be getting better. Thanks for sticking with me. I'm going to be more consistent. That is what I need to work on. I'm sorry my schedule has been really off. So on Monday, I made huge losses, like huge, went really reckless on a day where I wasn't even supposed to trade. And that costed me my mental capital, I would say. And I could not even sleep properly. So that is why I had to cover up yesterday. I slept around after 28 or 30 hours yesterday. And even today, like I was up since the past 16 hours before the stream, and that's why I had to take nap. And um, I did put an alarm, but wasn't really able to wake up. Okay, it's finding strength now. Mm-mm-mm. But yeah, in short, I'll be getting more consistent here, so just bear with me. Looks strong. Let's see until midnight open price, and maybe he wants to tap into this DC one time. And I just try to, like recently, previously I used to be really good when I was working. Currently I'm doing this full time. I've taken some risk to do this full time, and that is what has costed me my trading and all of this. But building up some lessons and everything. And this is the part which is the most difficult, controlling yourself, emotions, and mastering yourself. We can never master markets, but we can always master ourselves. So, yeah, always try to be better every other day. Try to stick with your rules, try to stick with your schedule and everything. So, yeah, I'm always thinking about trading 24/7, like, and I think I can't focus on my life. Brother, trust me, this is me as well. But I would say fill in different things if you are into sports, or start taking care of yourself, because remind yourself, okay, it's finding real strength now. So I would say fill in different things. And if you are thinking about trading and studying about it, that is good. If you can sit there for hours and study and do not press any button or think of making money, that is actually good, to be honest. Because thinking about trading all the time is not the problem, but risking too much and trying to make it overnight and things like that are really toxic. And you should be using that time in order to be studying and back testing and learning and refining your model better. This is what I struggled with initially when I was in used to be in my crypto days. I used to keep playing, and my focus used to be not to study but to be in the market all the time. That's actually good, but try not to leverage and, um, keep studying, keep refining your model. Do not put yourself in a situation where you have to worry about your trading results in a way that you need to, um, how can I say it? Like, do not start eating off the markets, I would say, if that makes any sense, before you are even there. Because to find consistency in this, I believe it requires that level of interest where people really need to be, thinking about the markets most of their time. But with time, you need to dilute it with filling in other things in your life. Uh, and remind yourself that you started doing this thing to make your life easier. If you wanted to do this to make your life difficult, like you did not start to trade to sit here 6 hours on the charts, right? But you can do 6 hours of studying and all of that to make it more refined, if that makes any sense. So I got stopped out here. I'll still keep the stream open and look at the price action for now. Got stopped out break even. Um, just give me a second. I'll be right back in a second. All right, continues running lower after hitting the midnight opening range. Consequent encroachment. Nothing. Would I take only 2 trades per day in AM session according to my plan? That's really good, man. If you're sticking to your plan and not over trading, like if you do not have an impulsiveness of being in the market all the time, or like FOMO or anything like that, thinking about the market or reading or studying about the field is good, to be honest, that means then you are using your time effectively. You are not using your time to waste your money or your mental capital or your physical strength being in the market when you can put that all of that to learn better and to get better. And when you are studying ICT, you know that it is highly um, timely model, and that you will only get hundreds of points of movement in these sessions. So it doesn't really make any sense to be in the markets in other sessions like Asia or anything else. So midnight open range and other midnight related key points. So, bro, I would say do visit ICT's 2025 playlist where he teaches this in, I think it's in lecture 5 or lecture 4. Just give 2024 playlist and 2025 playlist a look, and it should be there. But I'll let you know on top of my mind whatever I have related to it. So he teaches that after we have got the midnight open range, this is how he teaches that you can grade it, and you can expect it to go higher or lower to the standard deviations which I use to take my targets, as you saw last week, of minus 0.25, minus 0.5, 0.75, and minus 1. So if you see that it came, took the sell side here, post this, and then ran higher, and then it ran higher to the minus 0.25 level. You see how the bodies are respecting this, and then he says that it is also relevant throughout the London and throughout the day, basically. So yeah, that is all I can tell you. How I use it is by seeing how it is reacting. If you see on London that the bodies and wicks are respecting these levels, right? So I use it in my scalping, like whenever the price is reaching. For example, if I was long, I can say from this using this breaker, then I can use at least the top of the midnight open range or minus 0.25, and if not, then I can at least, get out of my position after seeing some sort of reaction out of it. So that is why I do have all these key annotations on here, if that made any sense. Because, bro, whatever you are asking other people to explain about ICT, and I'm not saying this in a bad way or anything like that I am offended by this. No, I'd really love to explain this, but we will only be doing injustice to the concept and to ICT, because the level of understanding it requires to explain these things, because it's not just simply the things that he has taught us, or what we have on top of our hands. There's a lot of logic and science behind each of this tick movement, and it's much better to, I know it's really dragging and all of that, but if you really love markets, you should really learn from ICT only. That's what I believe. And keep taking in those notes again and again. Like, I still refer to the core content month one, and I believe that that is the most effective and most useful content of his, where he differentiates the smart money from a retail trader. So yeah, did that make any sense, bro? Yeah, man, sometimes it confuses me, but that is not actually confusion. That is me being me, because I am really impulsive. That is one of my, um, negatives about trading. I'm really, really impulsive. I cannot take a losing day. And those are part of my, personality and characteristic. So, um, what it confuses me with is just seeing a little, impulsive move off of those annotations, and I would totally forget about the higher time frame perspective and get into that trade. And even if that trade starts working out, I would not scale myself out of it, just like a proper retail trader. So that is what it confuses me with sometimes. But other than that, so how ICT does this is by having all of these on his notepad. But to be honest, I cannot, do that, to be honest. Like if I do have a notepad with me all the time on my desk, but seeing those prices again and referring back on the charts will be really difficult for me, to be honest. So I think this is the best way I can make note of these levels. And let's see, maybe in future I would try to look at cleaner charts or make it a cleaner. Thanks, man. I'm not going to be taking any trade here. I'm just practicing my impulsiveness as I'm talking here, and would like to spend some time here until 12:10. So that is the last macro that we will be looking at here together. I used to trade PM and lunch. That used to be my go-to model when I was working because right now where I live, it's actually 1:05 a.m. So when I was working, I used to come back from work around 5:30 to 6 p.m. and then I would wake up early like 2 a.m. and start like play mainly the PM session. If you want to play PM session, there is one video from ICT which covers most of it, and that is one trading setup for life. I think it is from 2023 mentorship, if I'm not wrong. Bro, trust me, that video alone should be worth thousands of dollars, I would say. The way he explains the way market books price throughout the day in that video is really genuine. I'll actually find it and drop it here. Just give me a sec. I might be having it on top of my YouTube only. One trading setup for life. Yeah, 2023. So here you go, sir. Oh, you found it. That's nice. Oh man, you would love it. You will love it, trust me. I have, I think, watched this alone like 8 to 10 times and taken notes around 4 to 5 times. It's really useful. Currently, I'm going through a 2024 mentorship and on lecture 10 right now, taking it at my pace. And also, brother, so I will be doing my live back testing session soon, as well. It might be after the market closes, so somewhere around um, 6 or 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That will be really late where you are from. So you can watch it later maybe. But yeah, that is one of the things that I am thinking of doing because I am doing it either ways alone. So I won't be minding to have someone alongside with me to watch what I really look for in my strategy. No worries, bro, anytime. Yes, bro, that's what I thought. because we are mainly focusing on learning and being consistent here. So going through such things will be really helpful together. So we have got 2 p.m. Federal Funds Rate and FOMC statement, 2:30 p.m. FOMC press conference. So I think we can be expecting real choppiness now, starting from lunch. But let's see. We won't be pressing any buttons now. We are done for the day here. And I'll try to make this 900 tomorrow. No PM session trades or anything like that. Tomorrow we have got 8:30 a.m. Core PC price index, employment cost index, and unemployment claims. So we can think of participating prior to market open and post this data. Let's see. I'll be posting in my community tab if I go live at 8:30 and let you guys know prior to it. All right, ES is trading in this busy. Like you see how it respected the consequent encroachment of midnight open range here, Rashik. So all the key annotations here, you will see proper, response of price out of them. New week opening gap high, always really useful. Regular trading hour closing price, that is our model, opening range gap fill. You see how London reacted in 0.75 level of the new week opening gap, all the price action around consequent encroachment. And the fact that we alone can trade without any indicators of even volume or order book or anything like that, I think this guy has changed the whole industry, man. And all we need is to work on ourselves, try to be better every day, better person, better human being, and a better trader. All right, so I'll stick another half an hour here until 12:10 a.m. Currently working in this city. NQ. ES reacted bearishly, but I think it is going to invert it bullishly now. How do you keep note of these key annotations, Rashid? Like, do you have anything else, or does your chart look like this as a? I think for every, beginner, it does look like this, and I do call my and consider myself beginner, to be honest, trying to get better here every day. And to be honest, this is why I started this channel as well, because I am not going to quit this until I am alive. So anyone who is starting this after 5 years or 10 years, or whenever I'm consistent, can find this, that it is an actual journey with losses, with drawdowns, and with emotional and mental setbacks, which you need to, go through. And no one can surpass those lessons or phases in trading. Hence, just take your time, do not leverage a lot, and stick with it. It's highly worth it, bro. Like, there's nothing else you can think of as a business model that can overcome what trading can do for you or your family. What is the entry model you use regularly? I mean, what will you expect in the market when you sit and start to analyze? If you are asking about my go-to PD array, that is always fair value gap, not breaker or order blocks. That is what I look for. But to be honest, higher time frame analysis, that is where I start off from, mainly weekly. And that is where I start from, then daily, and keep dropping it down, and then see what previous session has delivered, and then what we can expect from this session. Always refer to the left side of your chart, not refer. I would say always be concerned about left side of your chart more than the right side. I think I heard Zuizi saying this or someone else from ICT's community, but that has really stuck with me. So I always refer to all of this that has happened. So if you ask me if I would go long here, no, hell no, because you see how it looked after the open, like this retail diagonal resistance and how one-sided it is. So always refer to left side and these key annotations, then I think everything is sorted, other than yourself that you need to master. Indicator. All right. So, and what about the regular trading hour closing price, midnight open price? Let's look into the indicator. You told me previously as well. Here. I think I used it previously, but it was playing up. Right, first this thing needs to be. Why is it doing that? As far as I remember, that is how we used to fix this. I'll be needing ChatGPT here. So I think there is something like skills placement. Bro, can you help me with it? Right, let's see. So anyway, oh, this is a different one. I haven't used this one. Seems to be good. All right. Then we go for that. Consequent approach and yeah, trading around. What about this? Allow finance to use in calculation. Alright, I'll look into this after this stream. First, I need to turn off end of regular trading hour. Okay, but still didn't fix my. So, what I'm talking about is my. Okay, why is it doing this? Is uh, does it make sense what I'm talking about? Like, my charts are extended. So as far as I remember, it used to be okay. Now did it again. It used to be fixed by this thing, but it's not really working. So it's okay. Thank you for this. This is a new indicator. I'll look It might make my charts a bit cleaner. But so I'll still be having the regular trading hour closing price if I'm not wrong on here. Midnight, open range. I use a lot of fibs as well on higher time frames to get, quadrants. This is what we can do, at least when I'm not trading. Also use first presented fair value gap and open and indicator. Okay. No. I really don't need an indicator for that. I would love to spot it out myself. I don't know why, but yeah. But thanks, man. I think that this opening gap and new week opening gap will be really helpful. I'll look into it first. Let me fix this thing, and I'll fix these as per my, understanding as well. And maybe I might be using this from tomorrow. So thank you. All right, we are 1 minute away. Next minute is macro. Use this busy 1 minute busy on ES as well to do the run on this liquidity. Really bread and butter setup once you have, this these annotations, new week opening gap, and where's the 0.75 of the new week opening gap. So this is what sometimes happen when there are so many annotations. Like I cannot find the new week opening gaps upper quadrant. That could be taken as a target because the high is here. Okay, it's here. That is where it is. 498.75. So 485, 13 points. Run clean and clear. Oh, you can so here just I'll show you. So you must be seeing here on your left bar a magnet in the lower section, a drawing, a lock button, and then an eye with a brush on side of it. So that is where it gives you the option to hide all your drawings. And below that, it will give you an option of a globe, which is used to, get your drawings on all the other chart layouts, if that makes sense. No worries, brother. So cleaner charts basically helps me identify these setups really well. Like even not having the indicators help me. If I close this here. So I do have sometimes because I have three screens in front of me all the time. I do have sometimes open a cleaner chart like this on my right hand side. And I try to refer it in different time frames. I can do that, Rashik, but I need to change that every day as per the price printing, right? So making the group will only allow me to copy it, uh, copy the annotations which I have done yesterday, right? But tomorrow I will have to be doing it all over again, right? Or let me know if that is not how it works. Like I'll have to be changing and dragging it to the new price levels and then changing the date of it as well, right? That is what I mainly do as well. Oh, okay. And these gap and inefficiency and the way like the same core content month one. Oh man, that is life changing. Like you see this inefficiency, I can easily run there. We have got this here on ES. Okay, sure thing. Anytime, boss. So whenever I open my chart the next day, all these annotations, like I would be having this marking, right? Only. Like this would be at 4:14 of the previous day. So it would be there. I will drag it to the 4:14 of this day. Then I'll wait for the midnight open price. If it has not printed yet, then I'll drag the midnight open price, put the quadrants on it. Then I will do, and firstly, I'll obviously look at the daily chart. I'll hide this. So I'll look at the daily chart. If I have got something like this, I will obviously grade it into quadrants and then just mark my new day opening gap just like that. We did not have any gap today on NQ, so I'll do that like the closing print here and this. I will delete my sixth one because I maintain only five only. So yeah, and once I have got my midnight open range and midnight open price, then my all the things are ready for the setup. Then I just need to wait for the 9:30 print to mark out the opening range gap. Because today I got live and started my session after 10 a.m. I did not really need that because I saw the regular trading hour closing price being filled. So I did not really needed the quadrants and it wasn't really that big of a range. I could eyeball it as well. And yeah, that is pretty much about it. And then during the day, if I have got any like today, I had this 4-hour CB on both ES and NQ. So I graded this as well because it was pretty obvious that after taking this liquidity, it is going to run inside this inefficiency, at least to the consequent encroachment. That is where I took my long initially. I did some short entries and got stopped out break even, but then I went long. Show you my executions. Yeah, so I initially went short, seeing this reaction of the first presented fair value gap from Monday. Sold more here after seeing that from zero point 0.5. It broke lower, but I was trailing my stop smartly, and that is how, it happened. Then I went long here I don't know what that is. All right. No, I changed my bias actually from here and went long from here after getting stopped out immediately. And then I took my first partial at midnight open range, bought it back, and then took everything off at the new week opening gap high. Then at 10:20, I went long, took this first partial and second partial. Okay, I added here. I really need to review why I did that. Got stopped out here, trailed the stop out, and then I shorted here with you and got break even stopped out. No, 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 I won't be entering, brother. So we saw the expansion higher because I had mentioned it earlier. I would not, otherwise, this would have been a perfect like my setup. I'm just working on my impulsiveness right now, and I really need to teach myself some lessons as well because the type of losses I've done on Monday, I should not allow myself with ease of capital, if that makes any sense. I am trying to work on these things. I'm seeing this to be inverted to the consequent encroachment, which what I was targeting with adding here. But to be honest, it looked very one-sided. Shouldn't have done that. It was pretty obvious. It should have retraced, knowing that ES had traded and started acting bearish. Yep. So I'm just sticking for 10 more minutes as mentioned, looking at this macro, which worked out perfectly. If I would allow myself a trade here, I would have longed here for sure, at least targeting this or maybe consequent encroachment as a terminus for this macro. Now I'm expecting it to retrace inside this. Yes, should find some strength or consolidation inside the first presented fair value gap and then continue higher at least to this inefficiency, which will allow the price algorithm to refer the midnight open range as well and provide some premium if they want to sell short from there or maybe even want to continue higher in that 4 hour BC, CB, sorry. Working inside this fair value gap after trading inside this CB. I don't trade PM session anymore, brother. Um, yeah, I really don't trade PM session anymore. Just wanna make my, playbook from this till this 12:10, and I'm going to make my live stream consistent to this length as well as far as my personal life allows me. But yeah, I would also advise you to, limit yourself to one market. That is the first thing. Second, limit your sessions as well, because that will allow you more time to work on yourself, which is more important than learning this technical science. Trust me. If you can keep yourself away for 22 hours, by not looking at the charts, I mean, and maybe study or, listen to podcasts or anything, keep doing that. But to only be here for 2 hours or 3 hours. That is what we are striving for, right? Because everyone wants to replace their job with it. And if you want to replace your job with it, then why are you sitting here for 6 or 8 hours? Like I'm talking to myself here. What I did on Monday, on a day where I wasn't even supposed to do, I am really, but it's part of the journey. It's all about how long you can keep yourself disciplined and focused. One market, one session, one strategy. Perfect, brother. Yeah, that's the thing. And you can replace anything with it. I don't know if you are working right now or not, like if you have stepped in your professional life, but it's hard, brother. Like it's hard. It's really, really hard. And if you have invested yourself before going into professional life, into any skill like this, it will highly, sorry about that, it will highly, highly reward you. So do not quit it and do not leverage more. Give it the time it deserves. And yeah, you you'll find it, the success. So almost refer to the new week opening gap high back in this busy now. Held strong in the first presented fair value gap. ES, just like we mentioned, seems to be continuing. Looks like it's going to invert this SIBI and run higher in this 5 minutes of macro. But I can be wrong here as well, and it can go lower, consolidate inside the midnight open range again. But ES does not align with that. That is how I am looking at. I think ES will make the prices push higher from here and then might find some resistance from this region. Let's see. Next steps. How will you scale up? What is your plan to reinvest and increase income? All right, so this is the phase where I am, to be honest, right now. I had my first payout in April, and it were consistent payouts, like good amount of money, which really, fixed most of the things in my life at that moment. And so what I did wrong after getting that done is scale it up really, really fast. And this is what has happened on Monday as well. Like after those April payouts, I was having payouts um, from last week. I think yeah, I'll tell you the date. It is last Friday. 18th. Yeah, since 18th, I was cashing out my funded account daily. It was just one funded account which fixed most of the things for me at the moment. But what I did was to scale it up fast and to scale it up with more accounts and with more, basically more accounts and with more funds to diversify my risk. So do not do this. All right, this is my recent lesson. Do not get into scaling up too fast. I would say if you are getting a payout, do not invest 10% or 20% of or more, you know, like less than 20%, or make I it should be different for everyone's personal life where they are and what they can afford and what the payout is. But I would say, like, do not reinvest more than 20% of your payouts, because for example, let's say you reinvested 60% of your payouts back into scaling it up, okay, and then you end up losing it. losing those accounts, the reinvestment, and also the your funded accounts. Like now you are back to square one, for example, in the worst case scenario. It will eat you up mentally, and that's what happened with me. Uh, After April, because I went on my holidays, and when I came back from my holidays, I was a little rusty as well, but I was expecting the same results that I was having previously. So it really ate me up mentally, and it wasn't really worth it. Just like what I did on Monday, on day where I wasn't really supposed to trade. I went impulsive. I don't really know what happened. I still need to, I have journaled it twice, but really need to get into the recording that I have. Uh, but yeah, take it slow. Take it slow, brother. Like, do not try to reinvest everything that you have got. Enjoy your life. Enjoy other things. Um, Try investing for longer term into assets. Like I would say, read about Bitcoin. If you are in Bitcoin, I would say use it as an investment tool for the next 15 to 20 years, and you will be good for your life. Trust me. Other than that, yeah, take scaling up slow. This is my recent lesson. So right now I have got this funded up, like this evaluation only that I'm working on, and this is my objective, to only scale it up now using one account only. Let's see how it goes. I might be getting one funded reset from the take profit trader for next week, because I'm expecting a smoother price action, and that might allow me to, scale up. Um, so here in Australia, things are a bit different, I would say. Uh, my goals for like passive income streams are mainly dividend ETFs and crypto staking. Other than that, I would say go into assets like maybe property renting, if you have got that much saved up capital for deposit, or any other asset that will help you get you some sort of cash flow. If you haven't read Rich Dad Poor Dad, it's one of really important book to learn how the difference between an asset and a liability. I have been an accounting student since grade 9, and I thought I had everything sorted, but when I read that book, it really changed my life and perspective about everything. So, yeah, man, like read books, it will open up your mind and also give you different perspective, and basically you will see things differently in your life. It's the effect of reading books. That's nice. I account by paying money in future stocks. Yeah, man, it is like I think my funded future also does this. It used to do this. I don't know about the core program, but the fee is really high. Like it's 450 US dollars or 500, something like that per reset. You have watched his explanations. Just do read the his books. Uh, First go through the Rich Dad Poor Dad basic book, and then go through Cash Flow Quadrant. It's another book. Um, he is a legend, man. Like that is where all of this started for me, and strive to know more and reading books. That was my first book, actually. Robert Kiyosaki, the legend. So it has been trading just like we expected it to. Uh, this is where we did our last commentary, and currently at the lower quadrant of the 4 hour CB, ES is respecting similarly. So last week I remember you were asking how do I do this, like refer to ES while trading this. So you see that ES, I did I was saying that I am more bullish than bearish at this point because it was in first presented fair value gap after doing this run, right? And it never closed in the lower half of it, below the lower half. The midnight open range was also in premium. It did trade before that, but only not even to the lower quadrant. Then we also had this inefficiency and the fact that we are currently approaching the 4 hour CB. So that is how I use the correlation, if that makes any sense. So I am over 5 minutes for what I promised. Hope you learned anything. If you did, please give it a like. It really helps me to grow, to be motivated, not really grow. Uh, Thank you for watching. Thank you for being patient with me. And sorry about the inconsistencies. Things are going to get better here. And yeah, stay safe. We have got difficult times coming up in a few hours. I would say do not trade, just like we did not trade after seeing so smooth price action as well. I did not trade, although I only had to make 825 to pass this evaluation. But this is what changes a beginner to a pro. Practice on your impulsiveness. No rush. This thing can change lives for you. Do not quit it. Give it the time it deserves. Stay tuned, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, cheers, man. Thanks for liking, brother. Cheers. I'll see you tomorrow at 8:30, hopefully. If that will be the case, I'll drop a post on my Twitter and my community tab here on YouTube. And thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye.